What up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, you know what? Hold up a second. Hang on a second. Hey, Freud. Yeah. Come here real quick. So we're gonna test out YouTube, right? They like to violate folks for shit. Hey, Freud. I have Operation Repo playing in the background. Do I have your permission?
Am I gonna pay? Yeah.
There you go. Now let's see if YouTube violates us for playing in the background. We're doing a test here, so let's see what happens for them. Right? We got permission from the guy on the TV show, so let's see what happens. Yeah, that's Sonya right there. We'll let her play. I want to see if I get violated.
No, it's funny because they claim that they own my image because I wear a bandana all the time. I'm like, I've been wearing bandanas since I was 14, so you don't own that image.
Yeah, so we'll let that play in the background. I gotta do some of my air conditioning in my office, man. It's just not blowing like I want it to blow in here. I don't know. I'm gonna shout to you guys out. A lot of you guys are probably gonna show up at 3:30, and the damn live stream just might be gone by then. So, yeah, that's how that goes. So, let me don't jump in just yet, guys. I'm just setting stuff up real quick. And I'm gonna shout some of you folks out. Meanwhile. Where's my phone? So how's everybody doing today? Go ahead and put in your comments, man. Tell everybody where you guys are from in the comments. If you're watching the replay, put in the comments where you're from, man. Always be proud of where you're from and all that good stuff, man. And also hit the like button showing attendance. I don't care if you agree with what I say, what you don't agree. It ain't about that. Ain't what the like button is over here. It's about, hey, you know, I'm alive. I'm just like the teacher, right? Sits in the classroom. Johnny, here. Kimberly, here. Now, you might not learn a goddamn thing in that motherfucker, but you know what? You showed attendance.
Letters. What word?
Let's see. Pin it. All right, so if you guys have seen, and I didn't put it on subscriber mode and all that stuff. I just didn't have. I just didn't. We'll see what happens with that situation. But shout out where you guys are from, people. Shout out where you guys are from. So here we go. What up, Josh? Josh says, "Let's go." You know, I was gonna wait until 3:30, and then I was playing around on the live stream. And I saw Josh got in here at 2:59. He got here like 30 minutes early. I'm like, God dang. I said, Josh got here 30 minutes early. So out of respect to old Josh, you know, he's in here on all of them. I'm like, you know what? For Josh, I'm going to start at 30 minutes early. And here we are. And I don't know. I tried to go live this morning so we can do the live load board stuff, but so much stuff goes on, man, to try to fit these lives in. Yeah. And then I'm like, shit, 3:30, I might be too busy. So I'm like, I'm not busy right now. Let's do it. I'll be right back. Give me a second. And all day today, I meant to put this goddamn hat on. I had the wrong hat on. Yeah, well, I still got most of the day to wear it. So, hey, let's change it out. All right, so I'm going to shout the rest of you guys out real quick. What up, Port King? What's up, buddy? How you doing, Port King? He's a member of the channel, man. Salute to you. What up, John? SocaLTrucker. What's going on, man? Get that money. You already know, SocaLTrucker. Always get the money. These days, though, it can be a little harder getting them to the money. That's cool. We'll have to show how to get around it. But today's video, if you guys seen that title, today might be a little bit of shit talking going on today. I don't know. We'll see how this leads. If you saw the title, put a 1 in the comment. What up, Trey? K-Dog, my guy, man. K-Dog. Do I gotta talk to you, K-Dog? Woo, man. Dude, I got a whole nother story of some bullshit. But I'm waiting to see what happens. But I got K-Dog, I got a phone call today saying I owe $43,000 on something, K-Dog. I'll talk to you on the phone about it. I ain't gonna speak on YouTube just yet. I'm gonna see the results of that. It's all made up and bullshit. I'm straight ass telling you, it's straight bullshit. So we're all over right now. But yeah. See, what up, Dom? He's from Ohio. That's what's up. Cali is a joke. All right, Dave. I mean, I hear you, David. I hear you. I mean, everybody's good with their opinion, man. What up, Panda Life? What's going on? What up, Victor? Damn, all the way from Puerto Rico. See, that's why I like to show where folks are from, man. I think that's cool as hell right there. There's my dude, man. My driver, Gray David. Or Gray D Red, excuse me. Finally catching it live, LOL. Yeah, man. Finally catching it live. Shoot, that's what's up. I'm tired of the lies. Okay, I make $1,500 a week. OTR company driver, 5.5 days out. I'm thinking, okay. What up, Spectre? Spectre. Spill the beans, SoCal. Good afternoon. SoCal for mayor. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So the title is, hey, are you guys tired of the lies? Now, there's so many lies that float around the trucking industry, right? So many lies float around the trucking industry. Oh, shit, another one of my drivers showed up. Damn, I got two of my guys in here for some reason. Just kidding. I appreciate you guys stopping by. That's Kenny right there. What up, Kenny? There's old Freud in my background on the TV in the SUV. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, are you guys tired of the lies? So you're thinking like, SoCal, what are you talking about? Because there's so many lies out here, man. It's like, where do you start, right? And how do you even... Now, I'm a positive individual and I love trucking and I always do trucking, right? But, you know, you got to call out the bullshit when there's bullshit. It is what it is, right? If people didn't want you to call out the bullshit, they shouldn't do it, right? So really quick, before I get started this one particular story, I have a question. If you guys have had an engine rebuilt, inframed, whatever you want to call it, and if you want to put out there yes, and how much it costed you, if you guys don't mind. Now, this is for the folks learning, and I'm going to tell you the story behind that, and I'm going to share something with you with numbers. But really quick, I'm thinking this is the highest amount I've ever seen an engine to get rebuilt. No joke. And we've done like a lot of them. This is the highest I've ever seen an engine get rebuilt. It ain't my engine, ain't my truck. But I felt really, really bad, man, when I heard this story. All right. So if you had anything rebuilt, inframed, whatever it is you want to call it, matter of fact, if you don't mind, put how much and what kind of engine was it? Was it a Detroit? Was it a Cummins? Was it a Cat? Was it a Packard? Was it a Max Force? What kind of engine was it? Wait till you hear this story. What up, Dak? He says, yes, $25,000. SoCal, can we get Chase Andrew Jackson here so I can ask him a question that I think everyone is dying to know? Famous, go to his channel, ask him his questions. I mean, he comes in here, man, but that's not what this live stream is about. So Chase Andrew Jackson has a channel. Ask him all the questions you want to know. Even if I know the answer to it, I'm not going to answer the questions because it's not my business to speak on it. Spectre says, driving now, $25,000 for a Series 60. All right. Pete said, I heard 10 or 15. But that's including other stuff. No turbo, though. Cummins ISX. So Dak Nova, the Cummins ISX, $25K. All right. So I've had a couple of people in here that's rebuilt an engine, right? A couple of people. That's cool. Somebody that I know, right? And I told this person, Their truck has a ISX Cummins in it. I'm going to tell you it has a DPF system, but it don't have the DEF system, right? So it's pre-DEF, okay? So I told this person, I said, why don't you take it to my guy? You know, he'll put a nice warranty on it through Cummins, right? Because if you're certified, if you do all the stuff that Cat Cummins and all that, you know, and you get certified and stuff, it doesn't matter if they work on the engine or if Cummins itself works on the they will honor as long as you use all OEM parts, they will honor it and they'll warranty it, right? Hang on one second. Did we miss an engine here? Let me see. Eugene says 30,000 Volvo, 670 engine turbo and DEF system. You did an engine turbo replacement and the whole DEF for 30 grand? Hey, that's the best I've ever seen. So anyway, I was like, take to my guy because he's the best there is. And, you know, you'll get a platinum warranty. You know, you'll be covered all the way around. And I know when we do our cats with them, it takes them about a couple of weeks, right? And his rebuilding is somewhere in the 30s. I'll say somewhere in the family of the 30s, right? It always depends on how your cams look and, you know, there's details to it, right? But in the 30s, right? It makes a lot of sense. Michael says, this was 2 years ago, but I called Cummins. They told me $18,000 for an Inframe ISX. Michael, are you tired of the lies? Are you tired of the lies? So here's my next question. Have you guys went to a mechanic to get something done, and they told you one price, and it became a whole different price? If that is happening, they lied to you. Put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments while I tell you this story, right? So I told this dude, I was like, hey, I said, so go to my guy and get your truck done. He's 2 months out though. He's 2 months, you know, because everybody around the United States goes to him, right? And when you go to a shop, you see a lot of custom Peterbilts. I mean, it's like a truck show over there, pretty much. No joke. And I've done videos over there before. You guys seen it? We know had badass gliders in there, nice ass trucks in there, but I said he's 2 months behind, or not 2 months behind, but he's 2 months backlogged. I said, but once it gets on it, it'll be worth it, and he'll knock it out in like, you know, I think I told him 3 months. But I said after that 2 weeks, he'll knock it out. So this gentleman said, you know what? Let me see if I can get it done quicker. It's all right, cool. So he talked to Cummins, and then Cummins says, hey, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I think he said 2 weeks. What up, Willis? I think he said 2 weeks. So, and they told him, Cummins told him for that Cummins, I think they told him 40 grand. I think they told him 40 grand. Now, right then and there, I'd have told him, I said, damn, bro, they'd have told me 40. I'd have grabbed my truck. And I said, thank you, but no, thank you. But he had a great point. He said, yeah, but look, he goes, your guy's 2 or 3 months out before he can start on my truck. He goes, these guys are in 2 weeks. So if you look at that lost revenue, you know, in the 30s, let's say 32 or whatever, and Cummins is going to charge $8,000 more. I understand it makes a whole lot of sense, right? It makes a whole lot of sense because if you're waiting 2 or 3 months for my guy, that's 2 or 3 months of running, right? Are you guys following me? If you guys are following me, put a 1 in the comment. I want to make sure I'm not losing you guys in this story. So now understand something. I was out of the loop of this whole thing, right? I was out of the loop of the whole thing, except for he's always known about my guy. And he told me what he told me, you know. So after that, I was out of the loop, right? What up, G-Nut? So I was out of the loop, okay? So I like 40. God, you know, that's too much, man. Even for Cummins, that's too much. Now, I don't know exactly what they did to the truck, but that ain't even the worst part about it. That's not even the lie. That's not even the worst part about this. Okay, it's not even the worst part. But they told him 40 in the beginning. Now, before I tell you the whole complete story that's going to blow your head plumb off with, like a shotgun, how many people think that 40 is too high? If you think $40,000 to do an Inframe on a truck, put a 1. It ain't pulling it out or none of that. Well, we'll get to that story too. Put a 1 in the comment if you think so. So when he told me, hey, look, your guy would do it, but he's 2 or 3 months, before he can touch my truck. Over here, it's 2 weeks. I can make a whole lot more money. It makes a whole lot more sense. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. That's cool. I get it. Post trips. Hey, you guys haven't even seen a number yet. You haven't seen nothing yet. Hang on a second, guys. Tommy sent me a Cash App. I don't know how you guys find out my Cash App. I don't even put it on here, man, but I appreciate it, Tommy. Tommy sent me a Cash App, man. That's appreciated, Tommy. Appreciate that. Every time I go live, Tommy sends me a Cash App. So I'm like 40,000, but done in 2 weeks. We can make some sense out of it, right? We can make some sense out of it. So then, so a month goes by, right? No, what happened? So the truck was in the shop. So then he jumped in my truck for a little while, drove my truck because I needed somebody to jump in my truck. So he jumped in my Cascadia, and he ran that for like a week, and then he went on vacation. He said, "Yeah, my truck will be back. My truck will be done, and I'm gonna get back from vacation." I'm like, "All right, that's what." Hey, Ed, do I got you as a moderator in here, Ed? Let me see, man. Hang on a second, Ed. And you too, Kenny. I gotta have my guys. Let me see. Hang on. Can't even find my own goddamn live feed. How about that? Can't even find my whole damn live feed. Just give me 1 second, gentlemen. I apologize. Yeah, he is blue. All right. See, it don't show me on here. Is Kenny blue? Kenny, say something real quick so I can make you blue, Kenny. Oh, Kenny's blue too. Shh, man, see, I did a long time ago. See, I'm always looking out for myself. So you guys are already blue. All right, back to the story. So he drove my truck for a minute, waiting on his truck to get finished, right? 2 weeks. 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. And then, so he drove my truck. Then he goes on vacation. So he went out of state. He's gone. That's his business to speak on. He's done. He's gone. Look, really quick. Cummins told him how long? Put in the comments for the people that can't, don't have very good audio. Can someone put in the comments, how long did Cummins say it's going to take? Put in the comments so people can read it if they can't hear it. How long did they say they're going to take? And how much money, which is worst case scenario? $40K would be a good down payment on a new truck. No, my friend, he's got a paid off truck. He's got a paid off truck. Raymond, nobody said 3 weeks. Oh, shit. Hang on a second. Hey, hello? Hey, I'm live right now if you want to join. Okay, bro. Yeah, bro. So yeah, 2 weeks, right? That's the first lie. That's the first. And these motherfuckers, they always lie, right? I don't mind a little lie. But see, here's the problem, right? When it don't matter. Broker, or anything in trucking, I don't give a shit who it is. The mega carrier leads to the goddamn fucking broker, the customer, the shipper receiver, some truck drivers lie to brokers and shit. Mechanics, dealers, dealerships. Just lies. They're just all over the place, right? If you can get $1 for everybody lying, you wouldn't even have to drive a truck, right? So the first lie was 2 weeks. So when he based his decision based off their lie, which who knew they were going to be a lie, right? He talked to the guy. It sounded real good. And dude said 2 weeks. And you know what? It made a lot of sense what he's doing. So I don't want to sit back and make him look like he made a bad decision. If I had to wait 3 months or it can be done in 2 weeks, I'd have did it in 2 weeks too, because that's, that's a lot of revenue, man. Just look at it. Even if you did $5,000 a week even if you did $2,500 profit a week, right? That's still $10,000 a month, right? So if someone's making you wait 2 or 3 months, that's $20,000-$30,000 you're going to lose. So yeah, Cummins was $8,000, supposed to be $8,000 higher. He's still making a hell of a profit. Great decision that he made, right? First lie was 2 weeks. Now, before I tell you, how long do you think it took for that man to get his truck out of the shop? It wasn't 2 weeks. I'll let you guys guess. Let me see how accurate you guys are on these. And this was a Cummins dealership, right? This was Cummins he took the truck to. Cummins. Understand? It wasn't, some, mom and pop. It wasn't some bullshit ass situation. This was Cummins he took it to. Now, god dang. I mean, come on, if you go to Cat or Cummins or Detroit, don't you think they're going to tell you the truth and shoot you straight? Let me see the guessing. E says 1 month. Kenny says 3 months. Willa says 4 weeks. Post Trip says 2 months. A month and a half, Jimmy says. 2 months. 6 weeks, Anthony says. We got, I don't know what that means. 3.5 months. Raymond says 2 months. All right. So 4.5 months, guys. 4.5 months. So if you look at the scenario, at $2,500 you put in your pocket a week, right? My guy would stand on, hey man, when I get on it, it'll be done in 2 weeks. But it's going to take I don't remember if it was 2 months or 3 months. But we'll use the worst case scenario. We'll say 3 months. But I can't get your truck for 3 months. Right? So Cummins took 4.5 months. 4.5 months, people. 4.5 months. So my guy would have been charging him maybe like $32,000, okay? So let's just look what Cummins did to this man. See, this is why people get upset about people in trucking. This is why people sometimes will say, screw trucking, they quit. This is why people just have a bad taste in their mouth, right? This is the bullshit, okay? So my guy would have charged, let's say, $32,000 to rebuild it. 3.5 months, it'd have been done. Cummins was $40,000. So that's $8,000 more supposedly. Let me get the calculator. I'm going to need the calculator for this one. I didn't even get to tell you the real number yet. They said, worst case scenario, 40 grand. Now, if you know they lied on the 2 weeks, you can imagine what they charged this poor man. So, and this guy's not a fleet owner. He ain't got a bunch of trucks running. It's just him. It's just him, okay? So just on that one lie, how much did it cost him? See, people don't understand is in business, you make moves based on what somebody else says, right? And if somebody else is wrong, it costs you money, right? It costs you money. So what did it cost him? Well, $8,000 he would have saved on the engine. And 4.5 months to 3.5 months, if he cleared just $2,500 a week, that's another $10,000. So just the difference is $18,000. But if you look at the whole overall thing, at $40,000 plus 4.5 months, what is that? 4.5 months worth 10,000. That's what, $45,000. This whole scenario is $85,000 scenario. Okay. All right. But guess what? The engine wasn't even 40,000. Now, understand. Read what people said. Spectre, how much did you do your engine for again, Spectre? Can you put it back up there? Let's remind the folks. 40 grand, and it wasn't even 40 grand. Can you guys, you don't have to put what engine was. Just put your numbers back up there again for the folks that read it again on the comments if you don't mind. Spectre and all you guys. Put again how much your engine cost. So Cummins says worst case scenario, $40,000. Spectre just put right here, 25K. Right? That's a $15,000 difference just right off the rip. $15,000 different right off the rip. Straight up. Right off the rip. What's the difference? Now here's the whole thing, right? When they put your truck, when you make a decision, say, hey, yeah, let me go ahead and let's do the truck, right? They done ripped it apart. Now, you can do what me and Chase and Andrew Jackson did when they ripped it apart to give the quote. We said, hey, put all the parts in the box. Thank you for your services. We're towing it. I don't know if you guys ever watched that video. We towed Chase's truck to a whole nother shop. We towed it to a whole nother shop. You know what I mean? Because that's what these folks like to do. They like to tear it down, give you a number, tear it down, and now they think you're stuck, right? They think you're stuck. So put down how much you think Cummins charges per man for the engine. Now, $40,000 is already $15,000 higher than Spectre's rebuild, $8,000 higher than my guy, and my guy is expensive as shit. He is like expensive, but when that shit leaves, it is not coming back. Oh, another lie they did. Here's another lie they told him. The first lie was 2 weeks. The second lie was $40,000, and the third lie was, and by the way, once it leaves here, it won't come back. That's how good we are. That's how good we are. Once it leaves here, it don't come back. How much you guys think his rebuild cost? Worst case scenario is 40. We all agree that's too high. And I told him, I said, bro, even at 40, I would have said, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Come on now, Josh. His rebuild cost $56,000 to Inframe it. 56 G's, guys. 56. 56. Now, if you go by Spectre's numbers, you divide that in $25,000. He could have rebuilt Spectre's engine almost 2.5 times what he paid to do that at Cummins. 56. Let me tell you something. I've never heard a rebuild for 40,000. I've been in trucking forever, right? What up, Nevada? I've been in trucking forever. What up, Army guy? I've never heard a Inframe for 40 grand. And then the final bill was $56,000. So my guy would be at 32,000. You minus his 56,000. That's almost a $25,000 difference. And it took him an extra $10,000 in loss of revenue, which is $35,000. So this lie, like if you'd went to my mechanic, he would have saved $35,000. But Cummins lied to him, man. Cummins lied to him. And that's what people don't understand on social media. When you lie to people, it costs people money. Even on the social media shit, you know, even us as creators, man, if we mislead you guys on some bullshit, it costs you guys, man, you know? And that's why I try to be careful on my channel. I ain't perfect, and I'm probably gonna fuck up and say go here, and it was pretty fucked up. But I try to watch, you know, what I put my name on. You know what I'm saying? But Cummins lied to this man, and it costed him. If he'd have went to my mechanic, he would have saved $35,000. So that's a pretty fucking expensive lie. And I might even do a video with his permission, maybe, you know, and put their asses on blast, because that's pretty jacked up. Now it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse, guys. It gets worse. Why am I telling this story? No injectors are added, yo. No injectors that I'm aware of. Why do you think I'm telling you guys this story? I want to tell you guys, this man right here, man, he's very well respected. He's been doing trucking and shit a long time. This guy knows his stuff, straight up. No joke. This ain't no greenhorn dude, man. And I'm telling you this story, man, because so you guys can learn, right? So it don't matter if it's a good story or bad story or in between, right? A story is a story that you guys can learn something from, right? And just because it says Cummins at the building, or it says Cat on the building, or it says Detroit on the building, or whatever the hell it says in the building, don't give them a pass on what they say. Post trip says 57,000. That's a new ISX crate engine. You remember a long time ago, post trip, I actually went and showed you guys a crate engine. They had a brand new crate engine on the floor, and it wasn't even Cummins. Remember, it was Peterbilt bought them out now. I forgot what the old name was called, but I remember I did a thing on that, and I think they had the crate engine sitting on the ground for like 38 grand. 38 grand. Yeah. So yeah. What up, Cool Trucking? So anyway, so guess what else? There's more to this, but that's why I'm explaining to this and telling you the story on this, man, because, man, are you guys tired of the lies? So here we go again. From what I understood, they had to take his whole engine out. Because of them. Not because the block is bad. Check this out. Tell me if this ain't crazy. So the crazy thing is this, right? When you go get an engine, and if anybody wants to join the panel, man. Right now is a good time to join. I don't know if you guys are parked, but if anybody wants to join the panel with me, hit the link. It's on the top. It's pinned. I'll put it on the bottom. You guys can come in now, and I'm going to finish the story up. What up, Spire? But then the next thing they told this man was, now for all you guys that had your engines done, right? How it's supposed to go, right, is when they take all the internals out of the engine, right? The only thing sitting in your truck is the block, right? And then the machinist comes out, unless your mechanic does it itself, and they do what they call blocking the block. They block it, right? They cut it. They cut the block where it's nice and smooth. They cut it, right? Well, their guy was sick, or whatever the excuse is. Their guy was sick or whatever. Remember, guys, this is Cummins, people. This ain't the guy down the street. This is Cummins. So some scenario that they couldn't they didn't have a guy, or the guy was sick. They couldn't come to the damn. They couldn't come to Cummins and cut the block. So then what Cummins did, they took the whole block out of his engine and shipped it out to go get it cut. Who does that? They took his whole block out and got that cut, got the block cut. So then they had to wait for the block to come back. And I'm thinking in my head, like, I bet they charged for that shit. I bet they charged to do all that. And that's not even his fault. That's not even his fault. How crazy is that? What up, TB? How crazy is that you as a business don't have a dude cut your blocks right there at your shop? You got to pull it all out the truck and send it out somewhere? That should be on Cummins, not on the customer. It ain't the customer's fault. So they went from don't worry about it, worst case, we're 40 grand, to 56. That's a $16,000 lie just on the price. Let me ask you guys a question. Is that crazy to you that he was off 16 grand? I mean, I get it. You know, hey, it's 40 grand and comes back to be 41.50 or 42.35 or somewhere close to 42, or hey, we told you worst case scenario 40 grand, but we came in at 38.9. Oh shit, okay, cool. You saved me that. No, not Cummins. How you off on a price by 16,000? I'm gonna do a live video, man. We're gonna call Cummins all around the United States. I'm gonna look up a lot of Cummins places, and I'm gonna call them all around the United States. I'm really curious on where are these $56,000 engines at. And this gentleman's an older gentleman, man, and a really, really trustful guy, and a really, really nice dude. And somehow or another, I think they took advantage of that whole situation. And that even makes me even more mad about that crap. Because I'm thinking they charged for the labor to pull the block and to put the block back in. I'm sure they charged them for the freight to mail the block wherever the hell it had to go. And it costed more downtime to wait for it to come back. You want to hear the other lie? In the 10-4 magazine, you can get a running engine ready to put in for 15 grand. Cummins dealer told me 45,000 for a rebuild. Oh, did they? Shit. Did they ever tell you 56? They ever tell you 56? Yeah, so I don't know if I'll do it live on YouTube or not. I'm gonna kick it around. If you guys want me to do it live on YouTube, put in the comments. If not, I'm still gonna do it if it's on YouTube or not, because I don't give a fuck about the YouTube shit. I'm just real curious on when does Cummins start charging $56,000? And when do they not have a machinist to cut the goddamn block? You got to pull the whole bitch out the truck and go mail it somewhere. You know how much that shit costs to pull that out with a forklift, put that shit on the damn pallet, put metal bands on that shit, and have a damn truck come and forklift in a truck and mail that bitch somewhere to go get the... Does that even make any sense in your guys' world? It don't make sense in mine. If I'd have told my mechanic, he probably thought I was lying if he didn't believe me. I mean, if he didn't know who I was. But I'm just saying, does that sound like it makes any sense? If you guys want me to do these phone calls live with Cummins and these dealerships, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. We'll call Peterbilt, Freightliner, we'll call them all to find out in 2022 how long does it take and how much does it cost to do a fucking engine. An honest answer. If you guys want me to do that, put a 1 in the comment. If you guys don't give a shit about me doing it, put a 2. It doesn't matter to me. Either way, I'm doing it. If I'm live or not live, either way, I'm going to do it. But do you guys want to, is that something you guys want to watch? Put a 1 in the comment if you do, put a 2 if you don't. I think that's my next fucking mission, man, because I'm not happy about this shit, man. He told me about it. And I've been sitting around for like days, really. I found out about this a couple nights ago. And 50. All right. Next lie. The next lie. What up, Hound Dog? The next lie. Okay. The next lie. 4.5 months later, instead of 2 weeks, $56,000 instead of 40. The next lie was, when the truck leaves here, it'll never have to come back. A lie. Another lie. Another lie. Another lie. I think it. What up, T. Hollins? What up, Yo Yo? I do not want to fuck your name up. Black, how you doing, Black? What up, Robert? Off-fee service, attention, Texas court date coming. You guys are making me laugh, dude, but I'm fired up. It took me, I really had to sit back a couple of days like, should I even talk about this shit? But then I'm like, how many places are taking advantage of you guys? How many places are doing this to you guys? Seriously, how many places are doing this to you guys? You go into a respectable establishment like Cummins, and they do that. Hey, look, I think that's very unacceptable. What up, J Walk, J Money, Team Flute? How you doing? I think that's unacceptable. I really do. And I mean, he's got a paid off truck. Nice. It's a nice truck. You know, it's a nice truck, paid off. And you know, and he's just I don't want to speak his whole entire business, but he's just chilling, man, just relaxing, just doing his thing. And now it's $56,000 later and 4.5 months of lost revenue. So let's just do the math on what that $45,000. So $45,000 of lost revenue, $56,000 on the engine. That's $101,000 on the bullshit of Cummins. Now, I wish I could have got more involved. And these days now, knowing what's going on out here now, anybody that hits me on the phone that I'm like close to, like that dude, I'm gonna bug them and make sure that shit doesn't happen. I'm gonna figure out a way. Hey, let's put your truck on my RGN or whatever. Let's take that bitch to Texas. I mean, I got the shop in Texas. You know, I know they ain't no 3 months out, and they'll jump on that shit and have it done in 2 weeks or a week. You know, everything's in-house. I just didn't know it was going to go this way, man. I just did not know the shit was going to go the way it went. I had no clue. So, yeah. So the other lie now is it'll never come back. It'll never come back. So he gets it out of the shop. 2 weeks later, it goes back to Cummins for oil leaks. I think oil leaks, fuel leaks, some kind of leak, coolant leaks. Start leaking something or a whole bunch of something. Like, you know, had to take it back. I know it had to be something serious because, you know, he's a hands-on kind of guy. If it was like a coolant hose, he'd have just tightened it up himself. He wouldn't have took it to Cummins. But I think it was oil leaks, like pretty aggressive oil leaks started happening when it came out of the shop. So when the guy says, don't worry, though, don't worry. When it comes out this shop, it'll never go back. We put our Cummins stamp on that. It won't come back. Stamp just like that. Won't come back, sir. Comes back blowing oil leaks. Anybody want to join the panel or no? If not, that's my story. So that shit is crazy as hell. I call up Hamlet also from YouTube. I'm sure he knows even what he would charge to do engine work. All right, you guys want to call? I'll call Hamlet. I don't give a shit. I didn't plan on calling him, but I mean, I didn't even hook up the speaker situation, so I have to do it. I guess get the Ghetto Fabulous way, but let's get Hamlet's input on this. We can do that. Since my phone stops tripping. Hang on a second. Let me see something. Let me see. What up, brother? SoCal. What do you mean you're not looking at your phone? God, I should have a special ringtone. Cool. Hey, I'm live on YouTube, man. And do you mind if I put you on speaker real quick? Ask you some engine questions? Hamlet, what do you mean you say fuck YouTube? Oh, shit. Hamlet, you said fuck YouTube? You said fuck all that shit. No, I'm just playing. All right, let me put you on speaker. Hold up.
What's going on, SoCal?
I'm just kidding. What up, brother? I'm just kidding. He didn't say fuck YouTube, guys. I'm just playing.
Right? I'm pretty much just saying fuck YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't hook up my speaker shit. This is a brand spanking new phone, so we'll have to do it the regular way. I'm gonna have to hold it to the mic. So really quick, say hi to everybody. Let me get a sound check.
What's up, everybody? This is Hamlet.
You guys hear him?
Yeah.
Willis, you hear him?
There you go.
All right. So Hamlet, man, the title is Are you tired of the lies? So one of my dudes, he's got a Cummins ISX, right?
Yeah.
My mechanic was 3 months out to do his engine, so Cummins says 2 weeks. So he takes it to Cummins. And they said, hey, man, worst case scenario is $40,000. Oh, that's bad? Talk about it. What's it cost Hamlet to do an engine?
I mean,
You just did your cat. I saw you burning out tires and shit, you crazy man. Hey, but you know what that proves? When I tell people that my truck burns out tires, and people are like, SoCal is a lying ass fool. Well, you're on YouTube burning tires on your cat engine, right? Did you not burn tires on your Facebook?
Yes, sir.
So I wasn't lying then, right?
No, sir.
I'm just saying. So Hamlet's on Facebook doing burnouts with his fucking damn Kenworth with the cat engine, having fun, like I do. If you don't mind, you don't have to disclose if you don't want to. I ain't trying to put you on blast, but if you want to or don't, whatever, can you tell them your story on your engine?
Yeah, so pretty much for whoever's like kind of following my stuff over there on YouTube, I had flipped that Volvo over, that truck over, and that one, it had a Detroit in it. And the W9 that I drive right now has a Detroit. It was pushing coolant out of the reservoir, and we changed the air compressor to make sure that wasn't possible. The possibility of it pushing air into the antifreeze system. So pretty much back in February, like I knew the engine needed to be overhauled, and I started to take the engine out of that Volvo and pretty much rebuild it on the side.
Oh, that's right. That's not even a cat. That's a Detroit doing that.
Yeah, that's a Detroit 60, yeah.
That's a Detroit burning out the tires, guys. A Detroit. Go ahead, Hamlet. My apologies. I was wrong about the engine.
Yeah. So pretty much, I took it all apart. Ordered the high performance rebuild kit. That set me about like $5,000, and then I had bought performance manifold and all that good stuff and damper. Anyways, I sent the block to get it to get the conning bores cut and get the deck surface and get the head rebuilt. I wind up spending about $6,000 at the machine shop for doing that, and then having some other parts cleaned. And they didn't do any work to it besides that. Like, they didn't reassemble this engine or anything like that. So like already off the bat, we're starting at roughly about 11,000 when you consider the rebuild kit and sending the block off to the machine shop.
And really quick, hang on. And really quick for you guys that don't understand, he's not just rebuilding the engine. He's buying all the expensive ass high performance stuff. So
high performance.
So
yeah,
understand,
exactly.
high performance costs money. I got high
Yes, sir.
performance in my cat, but high performance costs money, like a lot of money. So just understand that. So go ahead.
And this was a whole outer frame. You know, most people don't even do that. Everybody's just doing like an Inframe, and that's, you know. So we're already at 11,000, and pretty much I was able to switch some stuff over, like that I had already purchased, you know, a while back. Like I had a new air compressor on that engine, and so pretty much I took the truck down on 4th of July, and I started swapping things over, and I gave the engine a good paint job. So like that ran me about, give or take, about 1,500 in paint and materials. So, you know, another 12, let's call it 13, right? We'll call it 13,000, and then, man, and then I had to buy injectors. So injectors, 2,000. It was about 1,600 for 6 injectors. So 15, 16, that's 16,000. And then you have miscellaneous gaskets and.
Did you have to reprogram it?
I did. I paid this guy because that ECM that was on there, because I put all that power.
Has factory settings. You got to feed the monster. So
yeah, and you got to feed the monster.
You have to get bigger injectors, better injectors, and then you got to reprogram it for the injectors to feed the monster.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And I put a bigger turbo and all that shit. So turbo alone was like $1,600. So yeah, I mean, like. The money starts adding up real quick once you start going high performance, you know. If I didn't went high performance, you know, I wouldn't have needed a bigger turbo, bigger injectors, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to do none of that except for $1,000 to cut the block.
Mm-hmm. So, like, nonetheless, like, we are sitting, like 14,000, and you're going to spend, like, you call any shop, it's going to be about 40 hours of labor to pretty much put a engine together, and that's still, like, out of the truck, not, like, dropping it in. So 40 hours at $100 an hour, if, you know, about that, you're thinking about $4,000 or $5,000 just for a guy to rebuild your engine in labor, right?
Right.
And you still have to pay them to drop the engine back in and remove the old one. So yeah, I mean,
so we'll say $7,000. So you're somewhere around the $21,000 if you'd have paid a shop to do it. High performance, 21,000.
Yeah.
So you ready for this? This dude I know, Cummins told him 2 weeks. It took him 4.5 months. So he lost all that revenue, 4.5 months instead of 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, man, they told him $40,000. And I heard you say whoosh, but they told him $40,000 was worst case scenario, and the bill ended up being $56,000.
That's fucking wild. Like for $56,000, like that's insane. Like, because honestly, if you really think about it, like, let's say I went high performance and I did like a cat engine, I would have gotten a high performance cat still for like 35 or 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a cat engine. You know, that's not no ISX or, you know, like, which is insane because if you
school these guys a little bit about that, because I think some folks don't understand. My driver understands. He's actually in the comments. He's in my personal truck with my cat. And the funny story is they were picking up some oversized, right? And the oversized, listen, guys, the oversized load weighed 49,000 pounds. He says it might even been more than that. 49,000 pounds was the load of this oversized, right? So he's in my 389 with my cat. So he met up, he saw this dude, a flat top 389, and dude's real proud of this 6NZ cat, right? Now you hear everybody say, don't get no C15, go get that 6NZ. No, you hear everybody speak on shit they know nothing, right? So my driver and this guy became buddies. They switched phone numbers out. They said they're going to the same place to deliver, so they take off, right? They hit the big, huge hills. My driver's on cruise control. He leaves that 6Z in the dust. And he's in the he might still be in the comments. If you are, let everybody know. But he left that 6Z in the dust. He's about 2 miles in front of that dude. He dusted that 6Z cat so goddamn bad that he called my driver up and said, "Bro, what are you trying to prove here?"
Yeah.
And my driver's like, "What are you talking about? I ain't trying to prove nothing. I'm on cruise control, just chilling up the hill. What are you talking about trying to prove?"
Right.
And he beat the shit out of that 6Z. He's having so much fun hot rodding my truck around. I always hear every load like, "God dang this thing," all the time, man. And he beat that. And the funniest thing is he knows the engine and all that, because I'm telling you, that flat top 389 dude was proud of his truck. Yeah, I got a 6Z cat. He was real proud up until they hit the hill together. And understand, these ain't light loads. It was at least 49,000 pounds just what they put on the step deck of oversize. It was at least that. It might even been more than that. And he took the hill like it wasn't shit on cruise control. Dead ass.
It's funny, man. Yeah, man. Like, even the cats are gonna be always like a lot more expensive to rebuild, just because it's higher quality parts, and it's just a bigger motor than all the other motors. And even rebuilding a cat, you would never get to 56,000. Like, you can get like the hottest high performance freaking cat done by a custom builder that you dropped off, and you still
about 38.
About 38. Because you can go ahead and message some people, on Facebook or whatever.
I've done the engines.
And dudes hit you with a price, 35,000. Bring me a cat engine, I'll do it. But you will never 56 for ISX. I'll be mad as hell.
Yeah. No high performance, no nothing. Took 4.5 months, bro.
And 4.5 months. Like, that's just wild.
Yeah. But I ain't trying to hold you, my bro, man. We're live over here, man, on the StreamYard situation. If you get bored, you want to jump on for a second while I'm still on?
You guys can go to AG Kits, I think, is one of the websites, and you could look up how much a freaking Inframe kit costs. And man, you got 40 hours of labor, roughly about 40 hours of labor to put an engine together, not including, to drop it back in or whatnot. So that's your ballpark numbers, for whatever motor you're probably thinking at rebuilding, whether it be a Detroit or Cummins or Cat, that's going to be your baseline numbers. Like, if you are paying really anything above $20,000, like, you're expecting to get something worth out of your money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that
more than 20.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to my dude and see what Cummins this was, and I'm gonna look them up, and I'm gonna screenshot their situation. I'm gonna make it my thumbnail on this video.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because you guys, SoCal, you seen my whole engine bay now. Like,
yeah,
that thing is sparkling.
Yeah, we fuck with each other. He got a new paint job on that shit.
Yeah, but I gotta get it back on you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that shit. I'm gonna say LA Lake. There he is. This is my driver right here that's driving my truck that blasted that 6Z cat on the hills. This is my driver in my personal truck right now. It says no lies detected. There he is. I don't want you guys thinking I was bullshitting. And I told Great D that I was gonna tell everybody, just because we just fell into this story somehow. But this is the man right here that blasted that dude in that 6NZ right here. This is my driver.
Truth be told, if it was me, I would have been up there faster with your driver, with my truck.
Yeah, man. I think after this, I'm gonna wind up rebuilding this other Detroit. I'm gonna document it a lot more than the other one.
Where are you putting your videos? You still putting it on YouTube, or you putting it on Facebook?
I haven't really done anything on YouTube, to be honest. Like, I just been recording little snippets, and it just stays stuck in my phone. I never get the chance to polish them up or anything, or throw them up. So I really just need to get back on my shit, to be honest. And I still have that other Detroit 60 that I pulled out of the W9 that I got to rebuild. So maybe that'll be my chance to actually record everything and show everybody, what money is getting put in and what you're gonna get out at the end. You know,
Yeah.
because definitely. It's not gonna be no 56,000 or 40,000. Like, get a whole ass truck for that. Like a pretty decent, old truck for fucking 50,000, 60,000.
Yeah. Well, he didn't
4
plan.
months of waiting. That's wild. Like,
He didn't plan on
like,
it. They didn't warn him about it. You know what I'm saying? And then when he goes and gets the truck with a $40,000 cashier check, they said, "No, we need 56."
We need 56, sir. Yes, sir. That's wild. Yeah.
So, all right, brother. I know you're busy. You say you're doing your pre-trip. I ain't trying to hold you, man. You know, when you get your YouTube going, let me know so I can put you out there, man. And as always, I appreciate it, man. And I'm glad you got to tell your story, brother, man. So.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get this money.
So hit me up, man, so we can go to lunch again.
We'll do, brother.
All right, Hamlet.
Later.
Hey, you guys heard Willis? Willis said that I can't focus him on the hills. Willis, you got me twisted hell. I could put my load. Hey, I could put my load and your truck with your load on my truck and beat you up the hill faster than you can go up there yourself. I can haul you up the hill. I can haul you up the hill faster than you can drive up the hill yourself. No bullshit.
Hey, y'all gotta start sleeping on the international.
I ain't trying to hear that. Congratulations to you, though. SoCal, let's hear all about your big money. I ain't got no big money, David. Shit, I'm like everybody else, man. We're just here, I just love trucks, man. I just thought that shit was funny and I shared that story because you hear people saying, go get 6NZ, they're the best cats. That's the only reason why I shared it, not because I'm proud that my truck spanked them. I already knew all that already. My driver didn't, but I already knew all that already. I just shared that. So the next person says, hey, pull out that C15 and get a 6NZ. That's the best. Like, nah, bro, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to do this engine. That's the only reason I shared it, guys. I'm not banging myself on the back, chest, and all that, saying, look at my truck. Because I really don't give a fuck what you guys think about my truck. But yeah, so anyway, what do you guys say, Willis?
Shoot, 56,000 for a rebuild. Shoot, that shit. I was laying down. That made me get up. I'm like, oh, hold up. We talking some big numbers right now, but nah, I never pay that much. Like, if cause I know for my DD15, I'm gonna need to get a rebuild. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of shopping around for what shops is gonna do my rebuild. Cause I'm real picky on who touches my trucks. Yeah. So if any of them tells me anything over like $40,000, yeah, I'm gonna be. I don't know. I'm gonna do some good shopping, reading some reviews.
Well, call up my guy in Dallas, Texas, or not Dallas, Texas. It's in Texas though. It's outside of Dallas. Remember I did the video and I gave you guys the shop information?
Which slide was that?
Sergeants. Go talk to Kyle over there, Sergeants.
Okay. He ain't gonna knock me over the head, is he?
He's a little bit more pricier than the mom and pop, man, but when you go over there, you'll be really, really impressed of their shop. And I did filming when I was over there at their shop too. Hell of a good guys, man, and
All right, I'll try to see if I can find it. Hit him up.
I'm gonna have a shop. He has a shop for himself, but he don't have a shop. And he's worked on a couple of folks' trucks, but he ain't got like a shop. Like just go to the shop and get your shit worked on. Damn, SoCal sounds like he's driving a lemon. Why would he Pop-Tart? How's he driving a lemon? I don't understand how he's driving a lemon. That don't make no sense. What up, Charles? J-Dub says, what up? Because they know some drivers don't know. There you go, Kenny. Be ready so you don't got to get ready. Show us a picture of your truck, SoCal. Everybody, man, if you guys are on my Instagram, there's all kinds of pictures of my truck on Instagram. Let me see something here.
Y'all in the comments.
Never seen my truck.
Huh? Yeah, y'all in the comments know my truck a little better, right?
Come on, bro.
I got that grass burner.
Your truck is better, brother. Don't trip. The hell? I'm trying to get on Instagram without getting on Instagram. It ain't kind of letting me.
It's all fun and games. Truth be told, I wish I had a Peterbilt. I'm trying to get one.
Hey, Instagram don't let you get on there. Unless you're on Instagram.
What was it?
Well, I was trying to get on the computer and pop my Instagram up. You know what? I don't have to get on my Instagram. It's on my TikTok. My TikTok. So what do you guys think about that, man? It's just, and he didn't do nothing dumb. He didn't know. Like, he went to go pick his truck up, and they slammed him in the head like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the Cummins down here and talk some numbers with them too.
I would say put something in writing. Say, hey, I need worst case scenario numbers. Something, because that's how it goes. I mean, sometimes like an estimate, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. It's right here, man. It's right here. Here's my truck right here.
How you gonna plot on my wife? Do you think he snake me because he hate me or he got his...
There it is. It's right here. Oh, that's not. That's a different truck. But it's all in there. Mm-hmm.
It was right there.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna get painted this year, beginning next year, but hopefully. But yeah, so yeah, 6 and Z is a great engine, no lie. I'm not saying. Let me tell you something. Most I can't say all because the C12, C13 is trash, but the big cats, they're all good engines. All the big cats are all good engines. I am not here knocking the 6 and Z, but you know, and this really ain't about cat. This ain't really about my truck. This is just an eye opener of if you guys go to a dealership or go to a shop or go to just because it says Cat Cummins Detroit, whatever, or something's respected on top, don't give them that much trust. You know, make sure you got something in writing to protect yourself. That's what this video is about. Fuck my truck or the horsepower, what it did or didn't do. I don't want you guys getting off the topic of what this video is really about. Fuck me and shit. It ain't got shit to do with me like that. 56 for a rebuild. I'll risk doing it myself. I don't know about that. What up, SoCal? Going to try another auction in a week or so. Looking at a T600 with an Acer currently. There you go. That Acer will make you proud. Got ripped off. I want to know the location. I'm going to ask for the location. It will be the thumbnail on this video. It's BS. I agree. I used to drive a Cummins Big Cam 3. You mean a... Yeah, put out 800 to the ground. Yeah. Well, the Big Cam 400, they did okay, man. I mean, those mechanicals, man, they did okay, cool truck, and they were cool, you know. But you got to realize something, cool truck. And back in those days with that Cummins Big Cam, that 4.25 cat was walking all over him. You know that. That's before the 475 came out on the cat, and that cat was just walking all over the Cummins. But hey, Cummins are strong. They were strong. That big, I'm gonna tell you something. When they had that little bitty small cam 350 and they came out that big cam 400, everybody in that time frame thought they're top of the world. How do we prevent getting scammed in the future? It's hard, man, but I'm not saying he bids that he got scammed. I'm thinking he just got lied to, right? So a scam is when someone is trying to deceive you on purpose from the very beginning. And we got to watch the words that we use, right? So I don't think he got scammed, right? But he got lied to. So when they told him 40, I'm sure that guy really believed they wouldn't go over 40. You know what I mean? And then whatever happened. He said he would pull his truck up a hill with his load and his truck faster than he can drive it up a hill. Sounds like he has a lemon. Nah, man, he don't have a limit. Just when you hit those hills like that. Now I was just bullshitting and fucking with Willis. I mean, I truly don't doubt Pop Tart that I can put his truck and his load on my truck and go faster than him. I'm just saying that just fucking with Willis because I know Willis. I can fuck with him, but yeah, he ain't got no limit. Willis got a good truck. I don't want you guys dogging his truck out.
Thing's a monster.
Well, it's a monster to him until he gets to the real monster.
Yeah, I'm about to pull out. Y'all cat. I'm leaving. Y'all cat guys.
I got Cummins too. I got Detroit. I got Cummins. I got all of them.
But y'all's Cummins ain't like mine Cummins. I put a lot of care and tender and Mob seen mine. Hey, I'm waiting for Mob. I'm waiting for everybody. I'm calling everybody out.
We spent $8,000 on a turbo on one of my Cummins. $8,000 on a turbo, and that bitch runs.
Yeah. Put some performance.
Nevada says don't accept a 47,000 bid for a rebuild for starters. Well, it wasn't 47, it was 40, but I get you. Don't be knocking the C12. I got one in a single axle dump truck. Eric, I love all cats, but the C12, let me tell you what happened with the C12. And this is why they came out the C13. It ain't what I think, it ain't my opinion, it's what Cat will tell you, right? Cat will tell you. The C13 replaced the C12 because the C12 was a pile. And I'll tell you why it turned out to be like that. It's because a lot of people, a C12 is supposed to be for like a dump truck, a trash truck, something like that, right? But what happened was these guys with the big trucks, the big 389 over-the-road trucks, heavy haul trucks, all that, they all ran for the C12 for the weight because they could haul more weight because the C12 is way lighter than the C15. So next thing you know, they grab these C12s and trying to run them like a C15, and the C12 was just falling apart, bro, and they just blow head gaskets. So then Cat says, oh, God dang it, man, we got too many coming back. So next thing you know, they came out the C13 and made it a little more tougher than the C12. And so for my opinion, now if I'm going to speak my opinion, the C12 never got a fair shake, to be honest. They never got a fair shake. And so that's why that happened.
Yes, we got C12s and a lot of our military equipment in the Marine Corps.
Richard says C12 is good as long as you don't overwork it. Yeah, it's good as long as you don't overwork it, but that's what everybody was doing. I smoke all y'all in my Hellcat. Josh and my son Supra, I beat the hell out of a Hellcat. So start practicing on like smaller kind of cars. I mean, congratulations on your Hellcat, but I actually had one of my drivers with me when I smoked the Hellcat. Even the guy in the Hellcat was shocked that he got smoked by a Supra. What's the haps, y'all? What up, SoCal? What up, Matthew? I pay money to see how your Hellcat pulls 40,000 pounds. 60 Series Detroit has a strong engine. Of course it is. Hey, Series 60 put Detroit back on the map. I used to wax 4 1/4 cats back in the day. It was funny hear them cry, but I had a ceramic piston, bigger injectors, and turbo. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. My dad had his truck was like I forgot what year it was, 80, 89, 1990 or something. And he put a 4 1/4. I mean, it's got a 4 1/4, and they did the same thing, man. Ceramic pistons, injectors, all that shit. And hey, Mods, can we fix the chat, please?
Wait, so what did Detroit have before the Series 60?
Hang on 1 second. So my next live feed now I'm gonna have to put subscribers only. Oh, you guys already took care of it. Good job, Nevada. I can't tell if it's taken care of on my side on StreamYard. But no, Detroit had like a 2-stroke. You guys, you know what? I know who knows it. The Cool Truck. Cool Truck, and get on the panel if you can. Cool Truck, I'm gonna tell you, man. Detroit was popular because they had a 2-stroke engine. 2-stroke engine. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually show you guys a 2-stroke engine. How about that? I'm gonna Google it. Let me see. What up, JPTV 3000? What up, Only the Lonely?
Best adult dating site.
Let's see. I gotta go YouTube first.
8V92 Detroit before the Series 60. Yeah.
Let's see, Detroit.
I'm really curious to see what the block's gonna look like on my DD15 I got. Is it made 1.5 million? Shoot, something gotta be good going on good with that engine.
Got this goddamn broad talking. Man, these ads are just bullshit. Hang on a second. Let me see. So this is a 16-cylinder 2-stroke.
Oh shit!
Because I only have a tandem, and don't ask me why. And then when I done.
Okay, that one sucks. Let me find you a different one. That's not the one I'm thinking of, man. It had a bomb ass sound, but those damn things leaked oil. Let's see. Here we go. This one's complications, but I mean, at least you guys will see how the shit ran and how it sounds. You guys used to see them in like old cab overs and shit. Right there, 2-stroke.
It's a mean sounding engine.
How the fuck did I click on that bullshit ass thing on the goddamn screen? God damn. Oh shit, we got cool truckers coming in here. Hang on.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, not much.
Just
Just going down the road.
All right.
You guys hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just kicking back here in the back while the old lady goes down the road.
All right.
Hear the sound of that 2-stroke, Detroit?
Boy, that's a nice cab over. I like that.
So that was the best engine Detroit had prior to the Series 60, in my opinion.
Yep, they had a blue 92 and a silver 92. One was 450 horsepower, the other one was 600 horsepower. And then they had the 71, which was a 318.
I love the sound though, man. You guys hear the sound?
Yeah.
Two-stroke, guys. 2-stroke.
Yeah, they were really temperamental.
Yeah. So there you goes going that. All right. Post trip says DD15 is bigger displacement than the Series 60. It's just the after treatment that kills it. True. Well, on the post trip, the DD15, the after treatment and the rings. Those rings are pretty weak in a DD15, man, from what I was told by my mechanics.
All right. So when you get a DD15 rebuilt, while getting rebuilt, you recommend getting the rear main seal done because the one that's on it right now is the original one. My dad's never had to replace.
Of course.
Let's go ahead and just do it while you're getting rebuilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pop Tart says Peterbilt 352 are amazing cab over trucks. Okay. Oh, I know, man. I know. Yep, and the high pressure rail changed it as well. Man, very true, post trip. Very true. So yeah, man. So let me hear your guys' story. What mechanic, dealership, what was the lie that you guys heard that cost you guys some crazy amount of money? Like, if I would have known the truth, I wouldn't have did whatever happened. You guys got any stories?
I don't think it's like real crazy, but I know that when I took my truck to the, I take my truck to the dealership because that's the only. I really don't know this area like that down here in Savannah, so I took it to the international, and I was getting some preventive maintenance done, like B service PM, differential flush, transmission flush, pretty much everything done, and then the overhead. So I guess while they're doing the overhead, they didn't tell me they broke one of the injector while they're doing the overhead,
Yeah.
and they ended up because I was going there pretty much every day, but they was never telling me they were doing any of this work. They was only telling SFI. So when I got the order, they call it like an order summary of everything they did. I was going through and I seen that they had replaced like 2 injectors on there, and I was asking them about this. I'm like, hey, when did we replace these injectors? And said, oh, we tried to call you and this and that. I'm like, no, you guys didn't. I'm like, but they ended up calling SFI. No one was keeping me in the mix of anything, even though I was going down there every day. They was just telling me that it was just they couldn't get the truck started because they also couldn't get the truck started for 2 weeks. They didn't know they didn't know what went wrong with it. It was like I was pretty much in the shop for 2 weeks, and then ended up getting, like one of their main top guys that came back from vacation. He ended up getting it fixed within like half a day because I guess one of them didn't. When he was doing the overhead adjustment, I guess one of the guys that was doing the overhead adjustment didn't do it right, so he had to go through and redo it and everything like that. And then while I was doing the road test, it was still cutting off on me. So like, cause they had me go out and like road test it. So I guess after like I say about an hour or two of me doing the road test and they cutting off, and finally stopped doing it.
Man.
Yeah, my big deal right now is being lied to by all these brokers, man. I swear to God, they answer the phone with a lie, and I'm just sick of it. I'm a person I'm up front, dude. I say it like it is, and I want to hear it like it is. I don't want no bullshit. And they want to lie. I mean, how many of y'all are tired of hearing, "Oh, that's all I got in it. That's all we can pay. That's all I got in it." You know they're lying to you straight off the bat. There's no way they'd sign a contract for the cheap rates that they're trying to peddle these loads for. I'm about fed up with it.
Yeah, here's the whole thing, right? The whole thing is you guys don't do nothing for free. I don't do nothing for free. And you know for a fact when a broker says that's all I got in it. I mean, we all know he ain't doing nothing for free. Right? So why lie? Why can't they just say, hey man, that's all I can give you of my profit? Say something like that. Don't make it
Right.
look like you're making no money on the load, because we ain't doing nothing for free.
Well, all it does is make you not want to go back to it. I mean, do you want to do business with a liar? So why would you ever call that broker back if, the other day I was up in Seattle, Washington, trying to get a load out of there. I did a bid on this load. He said that's all he had in it, couldn't raise up the rate or nothing like that. Later that afternoon, when he couldn't move it, it was back on the board for $200 more than what I bid on it. So the guy lied at the very first, couldn't peddle it at his cheap price. So then he put it on later at the end of the day when he had to move it, and it was $200 more. I told him, call me back if you're ready to do a deal. Never called me back. Would rather put it on the board for $200 more than what I bid on it. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, it's probably because they know someone's gonna take it for that low rate.
So here's the whole thing, right? They all look at truck drivers that truck drivers are stupid. Now, I'm being fair, okay? Looking at these rates, and what people are hauling shit for, that's all on the driver, man. So I understand the drivers are doing it. But Richard, real quick, says, I had a Love's try and charge me 3 hours labor for a wheel hub, seal replacement because the kid took a bathroom break every 15 minutes to take a bump. I'm thinking he says a dump, but 19,000 I would have bought my own parts. It will be ready by your birthday 2021. It'll be ready by Christmas 2020. It'll be ready by January. It will be ready by March. Spun another bearing on the property. Yeah, it's crazy, guys, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, SoCal, that 10-4 magazine you guys got out there in the West, out here in the West, that's a really good magazine for if you want to buy parts and rebuild kits, reman engines or used engines. That's a really good resource.
I'm gonna give you guys something else that's pretty cheap. I'm gonna just show it, I guess. I actually printed it out because yeah. You guys can check out Fleet Truck Part. And again, guys, I have right here printed. They don't know I'm gonna speak on it. It ain't planned, and I don't give a shit. I know there's so many people making money every time they speak on a company, but I'm not. I never talk to these guys. Haven't used them yet, but I like their, their parts, and I like the prices. It's fleettruckparts.com, and I'll show you what I'm looking at right there.
Yep.
Here's the phone number. Like, look at that. So let's say half and well, shit, we want to look at half enders. Just give you guys. Now I don't know how cheap and how thick and gauge and all that. Oh, 16 gauge stainless steel. 16 gauge stainless steel half enders for $371 for the pair. 14 gauge is $642 a pair.
Yep.
But understand, when you guys buy stuff like that, you got to get the brackets. $262 for the brackets.
And that's in the pair.
Yeah.
That's pretty good price.
That's pretty damn good price.
Yeah, that's why I printed it. I'm like, damn. Volvo V&L stainless bug deflector. I would not put that. I had that on one of my trucks, man. I took that crap off. Freightliner LED clearance side lights. How much does a Freightliner LED clearance side light cost? Over here it's $12. Let's see. Yeah, so anyway, check them out. Maybe you might like something. Maybe you might like some stuff. I'm sure it might be high there, some might be cheap there. Just it's the part about going shopping and figuring some stuff out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what comments I've missed.
What I do when I go to a shop, I always try to get a written estimate. And I tell them if you do anything that's going to raise that price for any reason, you call me first. Don't do anything until I okay it.
There's a True says mechanic told me I need a CPC. Ironically, they knew someone who rebuilt them for $6,000 plus labor. Turned out I need a SAM cab module. 2 is better than 6. Damn.
What's a SAM cab module?
Fifth wheel freight skims. Fifth wheel freight skims. Okay. Now I read the whole thing. It makes sense. Fifth wheel freight skims at least 20%. Seem they try for 40%. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, when I buy turbos, I always try to get a Borg Warner replacement turbo. I never go OEM. I think Borg Warner are better anyway.
So can you replace rebuild a turbo?
Yeah, you can rebuild it. There's a place in LA that rebuilds turbos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
then you get into their wait times and all that stuff.
negative. I was about to tell you negative. So if it's a common turbo, they already have them rebuilt on the shelf. So you take in your turbo and you exchange it for a rebuild and you walk out.
Okay.
But they're a lot more expensive. A lot more expensive than Borg Warner.
Not. $1,000, $1,500 for a turbo.
That's
What are you
about
paying?
what board one is.
Yeah.
I wonder how much the turbo is for my truck.
But if you go get an OEM for a Peterbilt, it's $8,000.
Jesus Christ.
So what story do you guys have? Any other stories? See, nobody wants to jump on this panel. I might just stop doing the StreamYard stuff and just get back to doing normal stuff since nobody wants to jump on here and speak on their story. I mean, it don't make no sense for me to jump on this thing. I appreciate you guys jumping on too. But now you guys told your story, or but that's how it is though, right? That's how it is. People will text you and tell you some craziness, but they don't ever want to talk about it. Lies, lies, lies. Trucking is not an honest business to get into. Always surrounded by liars. I wouldn't say that, Eugene. I mean, to a sense, but I mean, I wouldn't go that much. But yeah, like I know my mechanic, he's not a liar. Like all the mechanics I use, I built a lot of relationships with them, and they're straight ass fact about and truth. Nothing but truth with them, man. So they don't lie. So sales folks.
I agree with that, SoCal. That's a fact. You get a good shop that you have good name recognition. In other words, you go there repeatedly all the time. I've had some good shops do a lot of good work for inexpensive over the years. But all my stories are all old, outdated. Prices are outdated. I guess the motor in this Freightliner here we had rebuilt 2 years ago. We had to have one hole completely rebuilt. It had just done an Inframe like 6 months before, and then we cracked a sleeve. So we had to rebuild that whole hole. Cost $9,000 to completely do it.
Damn. What up, Utah Trucker? The 310 was a 2-stroke Detroit, but they leaked a lot. Kevin, very true. Kevin, very true. They were known to leak oil. Very true, man. I like the sound to those, man. Those old school 2-strokes, man. Yeah, that was crazy, man. But they didn't last that long, and yeah, they leaked oil like crazy.
Yep, 350,000 miles. You're doing a rebuild, and you had to shut your thumb in the door, get pissed off at it to drive it every day because you had to just tack them things to like 2,500 RPMs. You tack them things.
And back in the days when people used to drive those trucks, man, their hearing used to go bad. Their hearing used to go bad, man.
Yep.
It was very loud. Sounds cool. Like I remember I put straight exhaust on my W9 I had. And I was like, oh man, I love the sound of that W. When you hear 8-inch straight pipes, like I came out with straight pipes back in 2004, 2005 when they were just doing them. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever until I had to drive it all day long and listen to it. You're on the phone, turn the Jake on. People, I can't hear you. I can't. Hang on a second. I'm going down the hill. They couldn't hear shit. Call me back. Sorry.
That's why all the dang signs like going down into Salt Lake City up Parley Summit, they all got you can't use your Jake brake on this downhill, because the rich people don't want to hear it.
Oh man. Yeah, I used to scare some people on accident, man. Like I'd be coming down the hill, a 4-wheeler cut in front of me, I hit the Jake on. I was loud, bro. They'd be like,
yeah.
Menace.
Oh, it was loud.
Yeah.
Matthew, very true, man. But back then, they didn't really have earplugs back then like that, like they do today. Back then, they weren't about safety and hard hats and safety vests and earplugs and back.
You rolled up a piece of paper towel stuck in your ear back in the day.
God damn.
Yeah. If that didn't work, you had to wet it a little bit, get it nice and strong up in there. And that's before my time. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid. Like I was raised in that shit and watched it. I got to ride in a cab over with a 2-stroke in it. Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet.
You don't even know what year it was. What year were you born?
97.
Jesus. You're a youngin', man.
Yeah. But I've been around semi-trucks since.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, I've been around semi-trucks since the day I was born. And my dad's been driving for 28 years now.
Yeah, but check this out though, right? Back then, companies didn't run out and just go buy brand new trucks. They'd be driving some shit for 20 years or better.
That's right.
They didn't replace the truck unless they really, really, really had to. So even when I was riding in it, fucking that truck wasn't brand new. That truck was probably almost 20 years older than me.
Damn. I just don't see how y'all could drive cowboys with like that seems like a rough ride. Doing
Back
cross
in the day,
country.
they used to be able to change a clutch in a truck in 3.5, 4 hours.
Still
You
can.
never get that.
Still can. If you go look at Trigger Brown's video when I brought him on the Sean out here, we changed that clutch out. They had it done in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, now that's a good job.
All right.
Most of them would say we can't get the parts for 4 days, 5 days, and then it's a 2-day job. Most of them will tell you some shit like that. You know, it just drives me crazy.
Now is it because of is a more newer truck or is it just because they're slower?
They want to. I think personally, I think they want to milk that
Labor.
labor rate.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they bid everything by the job. They never did do it by, it's depending on parts, what parts we're going to have to use, how much labor. They never did it like that. It was all by the job back in the day.
Well, if you have a good relationship with a mechanic, not a damn technician, a good mechanic, you got a relationship, he will charge you by the job. If
That's
you go
right.
to a good technician, he's going to charge you by the book. And whatever the book says, no matter how slow or fast he is what they charge. And I'll tell you why they do the book too. Drivers is why they charge by the book. See, that's what people don't understand. All this crazy weird shit we bitch about, we did it. We did it. Here's how it goes, Willis. You go to a shop, you got John Boy in there doing your clutch, knocked it out in 4 hours. Good job. Now you want to come with another truck, a couple years later, old John Boy quit, but he was good as fuck on the wrench. Now they got old Curtis in there. Curtis is a little bit slower. So he's going to, now you come back. You just did a clutch like a year ago. Now it's 5.5 hours. Oh, Curtis did it. Now you're pissed off. I was just here a year ago. He charged me this. Why are you charging me so? You know what I mean? And you bitch and complain. So you know what they did now? They said, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We created a book. Worst case, this is what it is. And it don't matter if it's Curtis, Cletus, or whoever the fuck shows up to do the clutch. It's what it is.
Yep. Now they go to the book. They say, this job calls for 7 hours of labor. And they're going to take all 7 hours or even more. And that's how they do it nowadays. It's not just get him back on the road. He's got an appointment to make. They don't care about that no more. Back in the day, they did.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good mechanic down here. I'm just kind of picky about who I work on.
People watch this video. You might see in the comments they'll say Willis. So where's down here? You gotta be a little bit specific.
Oh, it's Savannah, Georgia.
There you go. My driver, Gray D Red, says, question, why would anybody underbid on a good paying load? Broker already willing to pay money, and someone's willing to come and offer less to secure the load. It's drivers that do that, dude. Same drivers that will cut you off to get first at the fuel pumps. Same drivers will park their truck not giving a shit that you're on a deadline. You got to get fuel. He parks his shit there, not even getting fuel, to go in and go get him a soda, some chips, maybe take a shit while you're sitting there trying to wait for the fuel pump. That's what a lot of these drivers are being built these days. That's what it is.
You got to take a 30-minute break anyway every day. Why not just park out there in the parking lot, go do your business, then run through the fuel island? At the end of your 30-minute, it all counts the same, and be on your way. But no, they got to block off the damn fuel island. Who knows what they're doing inside? Yeah, that irritates me. I just back up out of the fuel island. If there's nobody behind me, I just back up and be on my way.
And they're talking to Maybelline at the Iron Skillet.
Yeah. Who knows, man? But everything that drivers are bitch about is shit that drivers have done to cause the shit. That's the craziest crap, man. The drivers cause this shit, and people don't understand it, man. So if you guys wanted to change, help these young drivers, man, and teach them the real out there. You know what I'm saying? How's that shit go? Teach one.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. Thank you, Willis. Each one teach one. How about everybody go out and try to help these new guys, man, so they know, so they understand. These old school drivers, that's why trucking was different back then. It ain't because people were assholes. It's because back then that was the rules.
Right.
Back then you couldn't go get a truck driving job. You had to ride with a senior
You
guy
didn't
there.
have a school to go through. When I first started back in 1978, the only school that was heard of was North American Van Lines out in Indiana. That was the only truck driving school that you could find. And I didn't want to be a bed bugger, so I went and took my permit test, which just was the right. And this was in California too when I first started driving. I lived out there. Took the written test, got my permit, and I went up to a farmer that had trucks, and I shook him in, looked him in the eye, shook his hand, and talked my way into being able to drive his truck for the season coming up. So I hauled fruit for the season that summer. And once you get your foot in the door like that back in the day, that got you in over the road stuff as well. I mean, they would look at your local stuff as well as over the road. It didn't matter. Nowadays, everything's so lined up where you got to. Have you ever drove tanker? No, I haven't. So then you got to go through another 6 months of training, or it's too much BS. You can't go hand in hand and teach somebody. You got to go through a school no matter what to get your CDL. You just can't walk into a DMV and take a test. That's ridiculous.
And here's the craziest thing, right? How many drivers, let's be honest, how many drivers really know how to drive and shift a transmission? Let's be honest. Because you get an old school driver in there, man, they're floating those gears like smooth as silk. Boom, boom, boom. You get in another guy, hey, how's it going, man? Can you give me a lift over to, where? Yeah, no problem. Get in. And he's only at 10 speed. He ain't got no 15 over. He ain't got nothing. Just a plain old 10 speed, right? You riding with the guy. All right, let's go. Next thing you know, his takeoff is kind of rough. He's going. His stopping's kind of rough. His shifting, whoop, 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 and he's just barely scratching every gear. But as long as it went in gear, hey, he's doing just fine, right? To an old school, if you scratch a gear, you get the fuck out the seat. You scratch a gear, get out the seat.
The guy that taught me had a stick. You scratch the gear, buddy, you got your knuckles cracked.
Yeah, I learned from my dad. Because I've driven almost every transmission except for an automatic and a 15 speed.
Well, the 15 over, just the shift pattern is different, but I think the 13 speed pretty much replaced the 15 over.
Yeah, 15 over, man. 15 double over, set it up against the dash and get out and do your triple digits, no problem. Back in the day.
Triple digits in the semi truck, that's crazy.
How's that crazy? These 389Ps will do that right now.
Man, let me see my international up. I got it. The fastest I took my international is about 95. I gotta.
Now look,
I'm gonna do it safely.
Hang on, we're on YouTube. I am not telling you guys to speed, do triple nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't promoting none of that over here. But anyway,
I was in Mexico when I did that too.
I used to do it every trip. Start out in Kingman, Arizona, headed out to Kentucky. We'd take off that day. We wouldn't shut down till Oklahoma City, doing 95, 100 all the way. Just put it in the wind. That's how it was back in the day.
Let me get in that right lane then. Get out your way.
Well, it all depends because there's a lot that went on back in those days. If you had a small cam 350 and a pair of fours, you were winding up at 4,000 RPM, doing 60 miles an hour, and you were moving.
I thought I knew how to drive.
But back when drivers are good drivers and courteous and everything else, man. And I had to practice courteous myself, man. My homeboy was like, "Hey, man, you gotta practice courteous. Being courteous to folks." And because of him, I had to practice that, man. Because growing up, I didn't give a fuck about nothing. But back in the day in trucking, man, you had to be next to the seniority driver of that company, and he had to prove you before you got in a truck and drove on your own. And if you couldn't drive it, if you're scratching, he'd tell the company, "Hey, fire him. He no truck driver." It was harder back then, man. These days, everybody gets away with everything, and that's what you get at the truck stop. A bunch of morons. I mean, who the fuck heard of hitting a parked truck? How do you hit a truck not moving? Seriously, how do you hit a truck not moving? When I went to driving school through the Teamsters, if that trailer ran over a curb, I was kicked out of school. They said because a person could be standing on a curb and I just ran it over. If you didn't know where that trailer was, hey, where's your trailer at? If you couldn't answer that, guess what? You're done for that day. You're done. I don't know what school these schools are going at, where they hit big ass huge semi trucks parked with the trailer. How do you do that? And I'm pretty much
Not paying
nervous,
attention,
man.
being lazy.
I'm gonna be straight.
A lot of it's lazy. Not turning your head and actually looking out the mirror and seeing what's going on. It's, oh, I can make it. I can do this. I'm cool on my stool, riding around with all my lights on in the truck stop. See everybody look at me. That's what it is right there.
It ain't even just that. Like I was teaching my driver on here, Gray David. Why did I keep saying Gray David? Gray D Red. Like I taught him, right? Because he never drove a 389 until he jumped in mine. But like I told him, when you know, like in my truck, I know what a can of can't. Look at this bullshit. I'm about to fix that right now. Oh fuck, I can't do it while I'm live. Yeah, I can.
I know even when I'm pulling these 20-foot containers and 40-footers, I still get out and look when I'm backing up. Even if I know I'm good, I still get out and look just to make sure I ain't gonna hit nothing.
Yeah. No, but what I was gonna tell you, man, like my truck, I know what it can and can't do. I don't even need to look at the mirror. I know what it can and I know what it can't do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I look at something, I'm like, nah, man, my truck can't do that.
The only time I've ever really messed up on doing anything like that is when you change trailers from like a reefer that you got a 36-inch pin setting, and then you back under a step deck and you got a 16-inch pin setting. It's a whole different turning radius.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? We ain't gotta worry about that adult chat shit no more. Now subscribers only. And they gotta be subscribed for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get who's doing that.
I don't even care who's doing it, man. It's all good. Let's see. John says, get out and look. That's the goal. Yeah.
Yep.
Smith system not taught, I guess, anymore. Yeah, it's crazy.
What's the Smith system?
I have no clue. What's the Smith system, Cool Trucking? I never heard of it.
What's that?
What is the Smith system?
Oh, shoot. I forgot what it is. I used to work for a company that had that. Oh, I can't remember what it was. I've seen it before, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. Tell us what it is, Army guy. But that's why, like, I'm going to be honest, man. With my temperament, that's why I tell my guys I don't park at truck stops. You know, like next to people. Like, I got to be far in the back, far in the corner, all by itself. And if it's hot as hell outside, there's Ben. What up, Ben? So, hey Ben, just so you know, I did this live stream about lies like Cummins charging folks, 4.5 months and $56,000, and I was telling about folks, that did that to one of my friends, man. But I gotta hit my buddy up and see if he can send me the Cummins dealership so I can make it a thumbnail so people know not to go there, because we don't like people being late to people or being lied to people. You know what I'm saying? Especially folks we fuck with. But yeah, and he says he didn't get the alert. A lot of people don't get my alert, man, and it's whatever, man. Damn, you guys are all coming in late. What up, Bull of the Woods? T-Bone, man, we've been on almost 2 hours. You guys are now showing up. Didn't get the alert. That's crazy.
Hey, SoCal, I'm gonna jump off here, let some other people get in, and I'll just let. I'm going down the road. I can't hear very well, so
All
I don't
right.
want to mess up your stream. So I'll
Okay.
jump in some other day when I'm not heading down the road.
All right, buddy.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, cool, Chucky. All right, he's gone.
Let's see. I'm driving. I'm coming to a state. Green light. It turned red. There's a car on my right, a car on my left. Someone is crossing the street. James. Oh, okay. James Best. So James Best is live. Is that what it is? I had to take my wife to the doctor. It's all good, Bill in the Woods. It's all good. It's all good. I'm parked right now at Fine J, parked in the opposite position of everyone. Oh, so back to what I was saying, right? So if it's hot as hell outside and everything else, and people want to park in the shade, all that, I'm parking in the hottest place of the parking lot by myself. Because with my temperament, I ain't trying to say I'm the baddest guy on the block, but if a retard hits my truck and I'm parked, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. I'm just saying. I don't know how I'd probably lose my shit, and I'd probably get in a lot of trouble. I think. I probably
That's
think
what
I get in a
happened.
lot of trouble.
That's what happened to me. I was making a delivery. I was in the back sleep while they was offloading my trailer, and I had a box truck back into me about like about 2 months ago. Yeah, I just got the check from the insurance. They get my truck fixed. I'm like,
I'd probably, man.
it took a lot for me not.
If I'm parked, and you hit me, lock your doors. Stay in your truck. Lock your doors. Put it like this. I'm gonna tell you a story. I was at a fuel station, and I told this story on here. Go back in my videos. I'm sure it's up. I was doing containers. I was at a fuel station, and they had LNG, right, liquid natural gas. Their truck hauling liquid natural gas was at a diesel pump getting diesel fuel. I was one lane over to him in the right and one truck back. So there's a guy fueling in front of me. I'm behind him. I'm sitting there. It's late night. I'm doing paperwork. And for those of you guys following me a long time, you guys probably remember the story because I actually put that shit on my channel when the guy hit my truck and all that kind of stuff. And you guys said, "Oh man, look," But I'm gonna tell you that story. So I'm doing my paperwork. I was there for like 15, 20 minutes at least doing my paperwork. Next thing you know, bam! My truck's running. Oh shit! Almost knocked me on my chest. What the hell? I had blacked out windows and everything. It's nighttime. I'm looking around. I don't see nothing going on. I said, "Shit, that was crazy." I get back doing my paperwork. Bam! I said, "What the hell?" I rolled my windows down. I'm looking around. I said, "What the? I don't see nothing out of the ordinary." So I put my windows back up. I'm back doing my paperwork. Bam! I get hit again. I'm shaking I said, "Fuck this shit." I open up the damn drawer. I'm looking out. Here it is. The guy on the left of me that works for the company I'm getting fuel for or waiting in line to get fuel for. He had an LNG tanker and he's backing up, maybe to unload or whatever, not watching his trailer. And his trailer keeps smashing into my trailer. Now, I had a port chassis. So it didn't hurt the fucking chassis, just blew through my tires out. But I was pissed. I was so pissed. Cops got there. The dude told the cops, there's no bullshit. Told the cops, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you guys stay here until I leave?" I was fucking pissed. Yeah.
Hey.
I was pissed. How do you? And it gets better than this. For some of you guys remember this story. This is years ago. So the police didn't want to do a report, and his trailer was fucked up. He had the aluminum LNG trailer. His shit, the whole bumper, fender, it was all fucked, right? So he leaves. I had 3 blown tires. I had a load on. So, but it's a chassis trailer, whatever. So got the load off. Got some tires put on and some bullshit. And so next thing you know, his company. And luckily, guys, I had this all on video, right? Because when I got out, I said, God dang it. I said, you really fucked my trailer up, didn't you? No, I said, you really fucked your trailer up, didn't you? He said, yeah, I sure did. And obviously, I'm not going to be a fool when I'm filming. You know what I'm saying? Just know that. So the good me was on the videotape. You know what I'm saying? So his company hit me up. And I said, how can I help you? He says, well, we need to find out how we're going to, again, this goes great with this video. You're tired of the line because he lied. This dude straight ass lied. So the company says, hey, he goes, we want to know how you're going to send us the money to fix the damages you caused on our truck.
Okay.
I said, what? I said, the damages I caused on your truck? I said, look, I said, I had a load on. I said, I had 3 blown tires. I didn't even charge you guys for it. I said, and I'm trying to mind my own business because I know shit happens. And now you guys want to call me and try to charge me for your driver's bullshit? And he said, sir, I don't want to hear none of that. Our drivers told us how it was your fault, that he was minding his own business and you came around the corner and you hit his trailer. So all we need to find out is how do we set up for payment? I said, and I already had the video up on my channel, right? So all you guys are like, hey, look at the side light in between your tires, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So you guys are pointing like a lot of stuff out, right? And I told the guys, you know what, man? I said, look, I said, your driver is lying. I said, I'm just telling you, your driver is freaking lying. And I told the man my story, right? You know, that guy didn't believe me. He said, I'm on the side of my driver, sir. So how do you want to pay for this? I said, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I said, I'm going to send you a link to this video. And this will show that your guy just admitted that he did this. And let's go from there. He goes, oh, you got a YouTube thing? I said, yeah, I sure do. I said, matter of fact, a lot of my subscribers already watch your channel, man. And they all can't believe how your guy hit my truck. Oh, can you send it to me? I said, yeah, I'll send it to you. And I sent him the video. Now, if I didn't video record the shit, they would have tried to get me for all the damage on that trailer. Again, who lied, guys? Who the fuck lied in that shit? See, I'm already pissed off about that shit. I remember that shit.
The driver.
That stupid ass truck driver that should have got his ass beat, you know what I'm saying? Should have had his whole fucking face in a fucking Swiss cheese on a fucking curb. That bitch ass dude lied, right? And that's the problem in this fucking trucking industry. You got bitch ass motherfuckers like that lying. Never seen that dude. I was waiting to run in that dude again. I never seen him again. He must have fired him. I was waiting to see that motherfucker.
Man, you get a camera for my truck.
Yeah. He was scared if he wanted the cops to hang out until he left. I'm telling you, man, I'm a hell of a nice guy, man, but when it comes to stupid and ignorance and shit, when you're supposed to be a professional, I got to practice that. It's my fault, you know. I got to work on that. I got a problem with that. So I'm working on it. I'm way better than I used to be. But I don't know if I'm loaded with my 389 at a truck stop. I'm telling my wife the whole front end off. I think I'm gonna get a lot of exercise after that. I really think I'm gonna get a lot of exercise. Yeah, I think me and dude are gonna be running around some laps on the fucking fuel island or something.
Hey.
Anyway, guys, I don't know if you guys heard my phone ring. I gotta get on this phone call. But I appreciate everybody, man. If you guys watching the replay, tell your story in the comments, man. Because people, and for you guys right here live, man. I mean, always put it in the comments, man. Because people don't just learn from me; they learn from you guys too. They learn from your stories. They learn from your guys' situation. They learn from you guys. You know what I'm saying? I might have a story coming up about $43,000. I'm waiting to see what the hell's gonna happen with it. But if they don't make that shit right and all that stuff, I will have a story about me and about $43,000. True said, after you sent the video, you should have sent them an invoice for the tires. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. On top of that, that driver had a paper. And everything that broke the camel's back with me, man, was like, We go to exchange information. Dude's got a paper license. Like he took a picture of his driver's license. Now, if we all know, well, maybe not your guys' state, but in California, you got to have a valid commercial license in your possession, not a picture of one. Yeah, so it's just all the way bad. The cops showed up and he showed it. Showed it was just anyway. That was the past, but appreciate all you guys, man, in the comments, man. Even on the replay, hit the like button, show attendance, share this out to teach people so they can learn, and put your situation in the comments, guys. Willis, I appreciate you, brother.
It's all good. Appreciate it.
All day, man. Until next time, people. Until next time, man. I'm out of here.